Good morning, folks. Coach Simmons here, and it's almost showtime. It's almost time for the UTRGV Vaqueros to show what they're worth, to show that they are ready to be on the FCS playing field. I really do think they struck a chord when they recruited 75 kids from Texas alone, most from the I-35 corridor, the Canyon area, the Ruffles area, San Marcos. These are the kids that are always under-recruited, undervalued, with a chip on their shoulder. Now, with a year of being redshirted, being down in the valley, it's almost time for them to show what they can do. And the thing you got to remember, this is so important to remember. UTRGV has something, let's just say it's an easy schedule. If you don't mind me saying that. The schedule they have starts off with playing, I believe it's Sol Ross State. It's on ESPN Plus. Then they have a game on the SWAC TV network against Prairie View. Then they have back-to-back games against HBCUs when they play Langston. Now, Langston is a Division II school, but they are not, and I mean they are not a pushover. Texas Wesleyan, also not a pushover on their level. So we'll see in the first four games, is UTRGV on the level of an FCS school or just Division II NAIA school cosplaying? They should start off 3-1 this year. Let's be honest with it. The first three home games should not be close. If they beat Prairie View, that would be a huge upset. But then going to southeastern Louisiana, home again to Houston Christian, finally getting the off day on October 11th. Then going to Lamar, who had a winning record last year in the Southland Conference. But this is what I want you to check out. This is what I want you to understand. The state of Texas loves football. We love it. It's a passion of ours. Looking at UTRGV schedule, if they are not a cluster, they have people at the helm who helped build UTSA. So they shouldn't be that bad. Looking at their schedule, they have a chance of going into the UIW game with a winning record. The Houston Christian is not really let's be honest, man. They're not really a threat to most schools. The toughest games on their schedule before their off break is going to be Prairie View and southeastern Louisiana. Both of those on the road. So even if you take into account those two being losses, they're still 4-2 going into Lamar. If they can somehow ways get that 4-2 going into Lamar and squeak out that Lamar game, their next home game is against UIW. That's October 25th. That will be their next home game. That game will be on ESPN because the Robert and Janet Vaquero Stadium is something to look forward to. That is something to admire. And have a game down there with that setting, especially in October, it's going to be crazy. Now, I'm not crazy enough to say they're going to beat UIW. I think their biggest win will be against Lamar. There will be 5 wins. But if they can eke out Stephen F. Austin, I see that being a loss. But the last three, if they can eke out 2 more wins out of the last three, Nicholls and East Texas A&M, you will never hear the end of it. People, I'm being honest with you. I have Sul Ross being a win, Prairie View being a loss, Langston being a win, Wesleyan being a win, Southeastern being a loss. I have ACU being a win. The biggest game will be Lamar. If they can pull out Lamar, that's 5. They will lose to URW. They will lose to Stephen F. Austin. They should beat Nicholls. And they should beat East Tennessee A&M. There'll be 7 wins in year 1. With the NIL budget behind UTRGV and the Vaqueros having everything they need to not only be one of the best schools in Texas, but be one of the best schools, period, on the football field, you're going to have a problem. But we're going to find out pretty soon if I'm crazy looking at them having 7 wins this year, or if the Vaqueros are going to start off with a winning season and put everyone else to shame. I'm Coach Simmons. Have a good day.